Gerard, it's almost lunchtime. You know what that means. There we go. For now.
Yo, ISSA. How Schoolboy football look this season. People, them ready, you know. Alright then, pick up, man income. Only your shield, you make we link up. We watch the Champions Cup, Ben Francis back up which team are win the championship this season. Yo, ISSA. Wonder if a school I go finish the league and beat now. Which youth I go collect the golden boot and be the favorite for the people. Yo, ISSA. We see fans are roll out all about the flag pan vehicle. Looking at the crowd, but load of supporters from school and community too. People nothing at distance, some a listen pan rate, they must have a watch it on TV too. Country and town unite, we want to
A war of attrition is at hand.
ISSA. Schoolboy football.
All right, it's time now for some schoolboy football news in both Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. And we begin in Jamaica with the ISSA DaCosta Cup round of 16, which comes to a conclusion this weekend as we get up for the highly anticipated quarterfinal round. The stakes are high for many of the rural area teams, including reigning champions Clarendon College. Let's take a look at the group standings ahead of the weekend. So for Group 1, we have Stats on 4 points at the top of this group, and Kempshill High also on 4 points. Gavi Maceo on 2, and Alphonsus Davis still to pick up a point. In Group 2, at the top of this one, Monroe College on 6 points and Froome Tech on 4. In Group 3, Glenmore High in pole position on 6 points, Ocho Rios High with 3 points, Dintel Tech with 3 points also, and note that Glenmere High have already qualified. In Group 4, Central High on 6, McGrath High on 6, and Denby and Happy Grove yet to pick up a point. All right, well, these are the fixtures now for the upcoming matches. That would be on Saturday. So Alphonsus Davis High play Garvey Maceo High. Kempshill will play Steds. Froome Tech up against Monroe College. Ocho Rios will be seeing Dintel Technical. Happy Grove High versus Glenmere High. Manchester High, they play Denby. Central play McGrath. And Clarendon College up against Cornwall College. So the featured game on your home of champions will be that matchup between reigning champions Clarendon College, who have had a turbulent round of 16 so far. They'll be taking on Theodore Whitmore's Cornwall College, who have been eliminated from quarterfinal contention. Well, that match, as I said, will be live on SportsMax and Scene TV at 4 p.m. ECT, 3 if you're in Jamaica. So Leger is still with us, and he's going to talk to us about how crucial such a game will be for the defending champions.
Yeah, it's a massive game. Clarendon College have to get a win. They know that, but the interesting thing is that it's not in their hands because they have 1 point.
Yes.
Froome has 4. So if Froome were to, who will be playing Monroe College, if Froome were to get anything out of their game against Monroe, no matter what Clarendon do, Clarendon are out. Now that's the interesting thing. Now, Monroe, who are already through, I assume that they will be comfortable in that and maybe not push themselves too much. Obviously, they don't want to top the group, but I wouldn't be surprised if Froome pull off a result against Monroe, really nullifying anything that Clarendon were to do. Because at the end of the day, I don't think most of these schools would want to see Clarendon again when they get a bit healthier, when they get more into the swing of things in the latter parts of the competition. They really need to get out Clarendon now, and that's what they're doing. Clarendon, as I said it on the first game of the season, the very first game of the season, they beat Denby 2-1, and I was watching and I was saying something isn't right with this Clarendon College team. Yes, they've lost so many players, massive players as well, obviously, Kaheem Dixon, Malachi Douglas, Christopher Hall. They've lost a lot of big players, you know, Devante Hodges, Atiba Green. They lost a large proportion of their best players. But just from how their midfield setup was against Denby, I knew that they would be in a bit of trouble this season. I didn't anticipate this much trouble to be knocked out in the round of 16.
Yeah.
But I'm not too surprised that Clarendon are struggling, and they're going to be playing Cornwall, who are already out of it. So even though it's CC versus CC, the CCs aren't doing too well. Well, most of them at least. Most of the CCs aren't doing too well.
He's CC as Campion College, but
No, I know,
we
I
aren't
heard
talking about Manning Cup at the moment.
No, but we will be going to Manning Cup very shortly. But, you know, you spoke about Clarendon College and the importance of them at least trying to pick up a win. Do you think they can do so against Cornwall College, who you said is out?
Yeah, I think they'll get the win. I think they'll get the win, just whether or not it will be enough for them to qualify, depending on what happens. Because a lot of things can go wrong when things aren't in your hands. So just whether or not they'll get the win, but just whether or not it will mean something in the end. And I'm glad that we'll be covering that game, because we can either get to see something miraculous happen for Clarendon, or maybe for the first time in so long where we might see a DaCosta Cup quarterfinal without Clarendon College in it.
All right, quickly before we talk Manning Cup football, Monroe College are having their best season that we've seen in a long time. I don't think they have won the DaCosta Cup in 60 years. I think 1964 was the last time. Can they win the title?
You want a long answer or a short answer?
Short.
No, they can't.
They can't win?
No, not good enough.
Okay. I hear you.
All right, well, as he gave us the answer that we want, now the final set of Manning Cup round of 16 games are being contested at this very moment. Let's just update our viewers on the groups coming into today's action. All right, so in Zone B, we have Excelsior High on 6 points, Tivoli in 3, and Eltham High 3. Excelsior has already qualified. Zone C, Kingston College on 6, Hydel High 6, Stats 4, so both Kingston College and Hydel High have qualified from Zone C. St. Catherine High on 6 points, Jamaica College on 4, and Calabar on 1, so St. Catherine qualifies. All right. Okay, so Lidge, a quick comment from you on your thoughts on the current state of play in the Manning Cup. I'm looking at Lance's school though, and I thought I saw wrong. They didn't get any points. No,
they got 1 point. 1 point in their first game. No, Sir Lance. I assume that's why he's wearing red today. Maybe he wants a little bit of a... Sir Lance is from the area close by, so maybe he wants to come over to the winning side. We didn't get to see Zone A in the Manning Cup round of 16. Maybe...
He's boasting about Campion College.
Yes, for the first time in quite some time. The results that we see today, you know, the one at the top, the most significant from today, I think, because obviously...
No, Mona got 3 goals.
Yeah, Mona won, but Mona won again. That's what Mona have been doing, defending champions, beating St. George's College. Hydel won, which means that they're through to the quarterfinal. And Stats, unfortunately, their win goes in vain against Kingston College.
Okay,
but the top of the result, Campion College getting to the quarterfinals for the first time in over 30 years, getting to the quarterfinals of the Manning Cup.
Before you were born.
Way before I was. I'm glad you're letting the people know that I'm still young, still active.
Well, Liz, my producer is saying you overstayed your time, so I must tell you thank you so much for your input, and we'll see you again soon. But we got to go to Trinidad and Tobago to the SSFL.
Okay.
All right, well, let's jet across the sweet TNT for the latest in the Secondary Schools Football League. Already champions, St. Benedict's College were in action against St. Mary's College, pushing for another win to cap their premiership campaign.
The action going, and St. Benedict's immediately started on the front foot. But it wasn't until minute 32nd that happened when the ball was played through to Garcia. A little bit of a mix-up at the back for St. Mary's, and that was all the action you had in the first half. Second half came, and again, St. Benedict's, this was Philip, should have done better, came off the outside of his boot and went for a goal kick. And then a shot towards Superville, dive into his right to stop it. Excellent shot there coming from Truckman. And then another save from Superville, dive into his right. Then another one, diving away to his right. He was really superb. Garcia with a long-range effort, but straight to him, held on to it. Cross ball. And you had to think that should have been in the back of the net, but he came up big again. Look at that. 1-on-1, and it should have been in the back of the net. So that was the highlights. Let's have a look at the stats. Shots. 25 shots St. Benedict's. Would you believe that? 25-6. 13 shots. 1-3 on target. That's to tell you how good this man Superville was. 9 fouls to 11. 3 yellow cards to 1. Red cards none. 8 corners to 3. Possession 59% to 41. Runs in the box 9-5. But let's go back to the top there. Shots on target 13 against Superville. St. Benedict's winning by 1-0. No wonder Joseph Superville, Cup's man of the match.
All right, St. Benedict's College getting that 1-0 win. So, you know, they've been undefeated this season. Really, really top stuff from them. We're going to take a quick break and come right back with Interactive.
Welcome to SSFL Premiership Division.